Remember that? Remember when Trump called your wife ugly and then you nominated him?
You're in this country.
You fucking piece of shit. Remember when those insurrectionists wanted to murder you?
Okay, so Ted Cruz took a little trip to New York to appear on The View, which apparently got a protest from climate activists, and to promote his new book. And maybe he should have gone to the Yankees game. It was not a very warm welcome. But he also, in this book now, has revealed a little bit of what happened to him on January 6th. And I feel like we have to talk about it. He says that at some point following the building being breached, senators were led to what he calls a secure location where tempers were high, with several senators blaming us explicitly for the violence that was occurring. While we waited for the Capitol to be secured, I assembled our coalition in a back room, really a supply closet with stacked chairs, to discuss what we should do next. Now, look, he's gonna continue on, and I'm sure in his mind, he sees this as a demonstration of him standing strong before those other Democrats who are blaming him for this. But when you are presenting yourself as having to go hide in a closet because people are roaming the corridors looking to murder politicians, that doesn't present you as a particularly strong person, especially when you are then going to demonstrate that despite the threat to your own life, you're siding with those people. If you're just scared of those people, you didn't inspire it, then it makes all the sense in the world. Defend yourself, protect yourself. You are a victim, and it makes sense that we would feel bad for you. But when he goes on to say that several members of the group argued that in the face of the riot, we should suspend our objections and vote to certify the election, I understood the sentiment, but I vehemently disagreed with it. I urged my colleagues that the course of action we were advocating was the right and principled one. Yeah, but it was also on the side of the people who were rampaging through the building looking to kill people, including the people you were in the closet with. So again, like he is a dude who now his life is he goes to baseball games and people make fun of him to his face and it's hilarious. And he really gave the game away by looking at the person shouting. If he had just not looked, then you could have believed maybe he didn't hear it, but he definitely heard it. And hiding in closets when the consequences come a calling. Dan, what do you think?
Yeah, when I think of people who are the authority on right and principle, the last person I think of is that man right there, Ted Cruz, or anyone in the Republican Party for that matter, because he, just like that guy was saying right there, he called out right there. Remember when Donald Trump called your wife ugly? Do you remember that? And do you remember when a couple months later you were literally in a photo like this, mean mugging because you were phone banking for one Donald John Trump because you're a party man and you're looking for whatever will get you to most political success, no matter how much you debase yourself and your family and whatever principles you were supposed to have. Even though, again, he has no principles because he flip-flops, he switches on everything. Even Texas Republicans know this. They just see him as a vessel for ideology they somewhat agree with. But Texas Republicans are sick of, they see him as no different from any other politician, even a Democratic one, as in they don't trust him. So I take nothing Ted Cruz says even factually accurate at this point.
Yeah, and all of this, remember, never forget, all of this is part of his master plan to just get through these Trump years and eventually he's gonna prove them all wrong. He was the smart one, he was the savvy one, he's still gonna be president, he's sure of that. And look, America is hell, so maybe he's right. Him being president would suck, so we can't rule it out. But I don't know, just the endless mockery that he's facing, all in service of a plot that doesn't seem like it has a great chance of succeeding.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.